Well, how's it going, y'all? Um, Welcome to another video here. In this video, we're basically going to be talking about Roman possibly being in Scream 1996. Now, as you guys can see, this photo right here is kind of what I'm talking about. This photo, but this photo right here of this ghost face, basically like stalking, Sydney. Obviously, and then you guys know there's another photo with um, grocery store scene, I believe. All this scene, which um, so I just wanted to kind of talk about it a little bit because I think it's a possibility. Honestly, I've been saying that, and if he was basically the mastermind, well, it makes a lot of sense for him to be in Scream 1996. And the reason why I think that it could be is because um, Billy and Stu were basically nowhere around during that time. So you got to ask yourself who if they weren't around, well, it was obviously somebody else, right? So that's why I think um, that's why I think that Roman was definitely in Scream 1996. Now I have a theory as well about him possibly also helping Stu escape and all that, because if he was a part of Scream, if he was the mastermind of Scream 1996, well, he had to have helped Stu in some ways too. So I whatever theory you guys believe, I just believe that Roman, if he was the mastermind of Scream 1996, then there's just no way to. He had to have been a part of the film one way or another. Still, like I feel like, because this scene right here, like I was saying, like if Billy and Stu wasn't around during that time, I don't think that it's realistic, for that to be um, either of them, right? So had to have been somebody else. And my only theory is that it was Roman because he was the mastermind. Now, as you guys know, like I was saying, like same with the garage scene. A lot of people were saying that obviously you guys see that meme there, but this scene right here, this garage scene, right? Like a lot of people were saying that this could have been Roman as well, but it could have been. It definitely seemed a little fishy, like how he basically teleported because he was there. Like he walked towards. He didn't walk around the garage. He walked back into the house. So, and Billy came all the way around, you know. So I don't know if it really. I don't really know. A lot of people think it was Billy, but I think it could have been somebody else, honestly. Um, because to me, it's just not enough time. It's just not enough time for him to take the costume off and then go all the way. I don't know. Maybe it could be, but I just think it's kind of weird how kind of just teleported in a lot of ways. A lot of people were saying that it could have been somebody else, that did it, but who really knows? We really don't know. I definitely think that Roman was a part of this movie. And I'm not saying that this is Roman or anything, but I'm just saying it's kind of fishy because Stu was inside, and Billy Go obviously had that little jump scare in that one scene. But as I was saying, like I don't really know. I mean, I don't think it's enough time personally, but I could be wrong. Maybe it is. Maybe it is Billy. But as I was saying, like, it doesn't seem like enough time. It doesn't seem like he had enough time to do all that. You know, um, personally, but a lot of people think that it could have been also. Now, as you guys know, there's also this theory about like Dewey as well, which I talked about that in the channel. Um, I talked about the theory about Dewey, which I'll probably touch on even more. A lot of people were saying that he could have been the mastermind, of Scream 1996. Like he could have been like a secret like killer. Um, and I basically like did like a breakdown on that. Just kind of talked about like how he could have been like involved in all that in one way or another in that film. Maybe I'll just do another breakdown, you know, in another video. But yeah, there's just a lot of weirdness, with this character in Scream 1996. I kind of broke it down. That's basically giving you reasonings why and all that. Like, so I don't know if you guys remember that video, but I think I'm gonna touch on that a little more. The kind of show you guys what I'm like, why, like my reasonings again, because there's a lot of weirdness with this character in Scream 1996. Um, like I was saying, the fact that he knew basically everything about Sydney, the fact that he had the costume and the robe and all that, he was just kind of suspicious in the film. A lot of other people have actually touched on the theory as well. Not just me, but I just find it to be a little weird. A lot of people are saying that even Scary Movie, if you guys remember, they predicted, they basically said that, Dewey was the mastermind in that film. Like, and that movie was just a parody. So, I mean, if they're saying that Dewey was the mastermind in Scary Movie, well, that might support the theory even more, and Scream 1996. Because I think he was involved one way or another. I mean, I did like a breakdown, but nonetheless, this video is about Roman. I just kind of wanted to, go off topic of this a little bit. But yeah, this could have been Roman as well, but a lot of people think it was Roman also in that in the bathroom scene, which the bathroom scene, people think that was him because Roman wasn't nowhere, or not Roman, Billy wasn't really, he wouldn't have had enough time, you know, to basically do all that. Like, basically, get, like, because he wouldn't have followed her or anything into the bathroom. It seemed as if the killer was already in the bathroom already, is basically what I'm trying to say. Um, so to me, it's just not enough time personally. So I definitely think that could have been Roman because a lot of people are saying, the way he was grunting and all that. I mean, there's really no other photo here other than that. But yeah, you guys know what scene I'm talking about. This scene when the killer basically attacks Sydney and all that. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's very, very fishy. I'll see you guys see here. The bathroom scene. But yeah, I just think it's very, very fishy. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that 1 minute. Sorry about that, guys. Hold up. Have to go back to that. I didn't mean to take the screen off. But as I was saying, you know, I find it to be a little weird. You know, I find it to be just a little weird that um that Billy was able to basically have that much, that amount of time to do all that, like because he wouldn't have followed her or anything, I don't think, into the bathroom, right? It seems as if, the killer was already in the bathroom. So I don't really know what you guys believe, but I definitely believe that Roman was involved one way or another. Like, I definitely do. I definitely think that he was involved one way or another. I definitely think, like, because if he was the mastermind, it goes back to, when I said when he was he's the mastermind, right, of Scream 1996. Well, it would only make sense that he'd be a part of a part of it still, like one way or another, even though his character didn't exist, when this film came out. Um, that's what a lot of people argue. A lot of people say, well, um, his character didn't exist during that time, so how could it have been Roman? Well, it's very simple. Like I said, it doesn't really matter because he's the mastermind of all the films. Well, I don't know about Scream 2, but I know he's the mastermind of Scream 1996. So I definitely think, a lot of people have their own opinions at the end of the day. They say, well, that wasn't Roman because his character wasn't even established yet during this time. And I'm like, well, if you really, really think about it, he's the mastermind of he's the mastermind. Like in Scream 3, he breaks it all down. So it only makes sense. So a lot of people like to argue that, and it just makes too much sense. Because again, if Roman wasn't if Billy or Stu wasn't like around during that time, especially in that scene, in the grocery store scene and also the woods in the woods and all that, like they wouldn't have had enough time to do all that because they were already getting ready for the party. So that's what I'm saying. So a lot of people like to tell me that it could have been somebody that we don't know possibly. But no, I really do believe that Roman was involved one way or another because again, he is the mastermind, of Scream 1996, and it only makes sense. I mean, I could be very wrong. Maybe I am wrong, maybe I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but I mean, there could have been somebody else that could have been involved, that we don't know. But I just personally don't think that's possible. I think that's possible, but I honestly believe the Roman theory a lot more, like because it seems to make more sense. Um, it just does. It's like I was saying, he's the mastermind of this film, and yeah, it only makes sense. Um, but yeah, so as you guys know, I also have a theory about him possibly, Roman possibly helping Stu like escape the house, which I've touched on that a little bit, not as much, but I definitely touched on that a little bit, in my videos, where I basically touched on how I think how Roman could have been involved with Stu's escape, like in Scream 1996 as well. Maybe he helped him, like I said, he could have helped him like get away. I just think that makes the most sense. Because if he was around, if he was in Woodsboro during that time, and like I said, I do believe that it could have been him, in the woods and in the grocery store. So, I mean, that's just my theory on that. So, I think that he could have done that as well. He could have definitely, helped Stu like escape the house. Especially if he was around during that time. Like, it only makes sense. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Like, what do you guys think about this theory? Do you guys believe it at all? Do you guys find it plausible at all? Because I definitely do. I find it plausible. I definitely think that it's the most realistic because again, he is the mastermind of Scream 1996. So I definitely think it makes a lot of sense, you know. And I'm not saying that because I could be wrong, you know. I truly don't think I'm wrong, but I could be. Maybe, like I was saying, maybe I'm just tripping a little bit, and maybe it is somebody else that we don't know. But I don't know though. I don't know about that. Like, I just think that Roman was involved one way or another. So, and I think that, like I was saying, like he could have been involved with Stu, escaping. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. What do you guys think about the theory? About Roman being in um, Scream 1996, because you guys already know that this theory gets talked about quite a bit on the. I talked about this theory quite a bit on the channel, on live streams as well. So I just kind of want to touch on it again because I saw another video, somebody else, doing a video on it. So it kind of motivated me to do a video, about it again. But let me know what you guys think, as always, in the comments down below. I want to hear from you guys. You guys have, like I said, you guys have better, thoughts on, it's just fun theorizing, about stuff. And sometimes you guys have better thoughts than I do, But I appreciate your guys' support. Be sure to hit the like button as always. Hit the subscribe button as well. And see you on the next one. Peace.